I am Mrs. Madhavi Chandra, Associate Director of the Gitanjali Group of Schools. And coming from a schooling background, my perspective would be more, geared towards the younger educating students. And I would say that this is a very exciting time to be in education because there's so much happening, there's so many changes coming about. I see a lot of students here. I would like to ask all of you, I mean, have you not noticed a change in the way you're being taught now as to how you were being taught pre-COVID? The teachers had to suddenly have a mindset change and move from having physical classes to moving online. And that brought in a huge influx of use of technology into the classrooms. So I think, and then NEP came 2020, the same year. So there's a lot happening, and it's all, I personally feel, going in the right direction, because these are things that we do need to incorporate into our education system. And unfortunately for us, there is a huge gap there's a huge spectrum of educational institutions in school, right from rural to the urban, from the schools which cater to the low socioeconomic to the high socioeconomic, the kind of teaching that happens, the kind of activities that are planned. There's a huge gap in all the schools. So we need to bridge that, and that is where NEP would really benefit, I feel. And since we are talking about skill development today, I'd like to say that, the NEP, specifically talking about the NEP, it talks about 10 bagless days where children are sent out for internships or given some kind of vocational training. But personally, I feel that there is a lot more to being a good entrepreneur or being, ready for the workforce than just developing a set of vocational skills. I mean, it's a rounded personality that leads to success eventually. And I think that's where the soft skills also play a major part. It's not just about teaching children carpentry or teaching them how to be, do some technical work. It's also about how to make that into a profitable profession. So there is a lot more to teaching children to be good entrepreneurs and having the right skills than just giving them those skills that are specific to certain areas or certain professions. And coming to the softer skills that are far more important and far reaching, if you see 2/3 of the professions that our children are going to be employed in the future don't even exist now. So what are we teaching them? What skills are we teaching them? That is where the soft skills come into play. That is collaboration, logical reasoning, working in teams, good communication skills. I think that is extremely important. Their language skills need a lot of focus, because how you present yourself eventually is most important. I mean, just to share with you, recently we had an activity in school where we asked the children to speak about their strengths, and it was so challenging for them to showcase themselves, I mean, to sell themselves. Whereas you ask the children to speak about their weaknesses, everyone immediately answers. So building that, how to sell things, how to make it into a viable, profitable profession, I think those are the skills that are equally, if not far more important for children. And when we talk about these soft skills, I think they are the same across ages. If you see, when we were kids, I remember this story that we read in the Amar Chitrakatha comics about that spider, the king who hides in a cave, and then he sees this spider trying to make a little web, and every time he failed. And then finally so the king realizes that he has to keep trying and trying till he succeeds. Earlier, that's what we learned. Now, the buzzword is perseverance. So whatever you may call those skill sets, eventually it is your attitude, it is your perseverance, or it is your collaboration, it is your social skills, your emotional strength. It is these skills that lead you to success. So I think we have a lot to look forward to, as a schooling platform in the future. And I think we are working towards making our students future ready. And I'm sure we will see the difference, because I see kids are a lot more questioning now. I was just talking to some people, and they said that the questions that came up from the students were so valid and very interesting. So that itself shows that we are encouraging them to think outside the box and do a lot more. So I think this is a great initiative by Hans India to bring this forum together and create a platform where we can discuss things in an open interface.